Would have been better if I'd actually started the slideshow. Boom! There we go. All right, bird of the day. So yeah, talking about a good bird. Good bird for when you're punching trees. Well, what bird could it be when you're punching trees? Oh, come on, you already figured it out. What bird punches trees to get stuff? Well, of course, it's a woodpecker! Yeah, today, we've got the pileated woodpecker. Oh, that's right. Black and white, and red all over. That's a pileated woodpecker. Look at that. Look at that handsome fella there. This is a bird that is native to where I live. So my good friend Tony got some pictures. He doesn't have a ton of pictures of pileated woodpeckers, but he had enough for a slideshow. So yeah. We gonna talk about woodpecker, and we're gonna look at some pictures by Tony. There's his Instagram again. Check out those photos. So many good bird photos. All right. So the pileated woodpecker, 16 to 19 inches long, and I'll just say 8 to 14 ounces. And yeah, largest woodpecker in North America. They're actually kind of big. They're about crow size, little smaller than crows, but yeah, not too much smaller. Yeah, good sized bird. Pretty good sized bird. Their average lifespan, they're really hard to say, but they usually say about 7 to 10 years. The oldest ever found was a male. He was 12 years old. So, as to be expected, wild birds don't have super long lifespans, but a little shorter on the side, but that's typical of the smaller birds. But no, not a passive-form. They're pica-forms. Yeah. And the Pileated is basically the woodpecker family. Yeah. They kind of got their own thing going there taxonomically. And as you can see, they are a North American bird. That little purple area there, it's where they live. Which, it seems kind of an unusual distribution. Because if you look at it, it's like, well, you got the whole Pacific Northwest there, but for some reason, chunks of it don't have any. But then you've also got like all of Florida and Alabama and stuff. It's like we got a diverse range of, environment where they live. Kind of an unusual distribution. But yeah, as you can see there, they get that little bits of Minnesota. That's where I am. And I see them around. I see them around sometimes. Hanging out on the trees. Going peck, 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 peck. You know what else I hear them doing? I hear them making this sound. Haha. Yeah. That's the call of the woodpecker. But of course, most of the time it's just... Yeah, that's what you hear most of the time when the woodpecker's around. So, obviously, the woodpecker is most known for pecking wood. I mean, come on, it's like their thing. It's their thing. That's what they do. They peck the wood. And it's kind of interesting. Their skull biology is kind of different than most other birds. Their beaks are, made of a harder material than most other bird beaks. And their skulls are thicker in comparison to their body size than most. But also the way that their beaks are shaped and attached to the skull, it makes it so that an impact on the tip of the beak is able to distribute and spread that impact pretty much evenly throughout the woodpecker's entire head. So that way they can do the whole peck, 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 peck thing, and it doesn't hurt them. Doesn't give them a headache. I know if I banged my head against a tree all day, I get a headache pretty quick. Yeah, woodpeckers, they're just fine. Yeah, it's pretty neat. And so obviously, they use their beaks to peck on the wood. And they do it for two basic purposes. Making their home and getting their snack. So as far as the home thing goes, they will find a dead tree or any, well, basically non-living wood. They really prefer non-living wood. I mean, sometimes they'll peck into living wood, but they really prefer the non-living stuff. And they'll make a nice hole inside, and they'll really go at it for a while. And the holes that they make, almost perfect circles. It's amazing. Like, they're really good at making a hole that is really good circle. Like, super good circles. It's really impressive. It's really impressive. And they can make those pretty deep. And so yeah, they'll peck into that nice cavity, climb inside, make themselves a little nest. And then you're gonna have nesting pairs, and woodpeckers do like to breed for life. And the dads, they help raise the children. Ain't that sweet? They're good dads. Good dads. One little interesting thing about their beak is that, most birds, their nostrils are just out in the open. Yep, just out there, just chilling. Oh, but not the woodpecker. They got feathers that go down and cover their nostrils. Fuzzy nostrils. And that is so that when they're pecking wood, little splinters and slivers of wood don't get in their nostrils. Oh, what a nice, useful feature. It's a great feature. Yeah. So I think that's pretty neat. The other thing that's pretty neat is that, sometimes I think a telephone pole or some other kind of pole is a tree, and they'll peck on it. Okay, that's fine. Sometimes they peck a little too much, though. Too much. And suddenly, that pole can fall over. I mean, it's not common, but it's happened. Oh yeah, it has happened. I think it's kind of funny. They've also been known to make smaller trees fall over. So, again, that's kind of funny. Yeah, but I mean, you think about it, you put holes through something, a lot of weight up top, maybe a little wind comes. Oh yeah, that might be just enough to make it snap. So, second thing that they use their pecking for, of course, is get a snack. Because there's lots of bugs that live inside trees. Oh, yeah, splinter in the nostril? Not good. That would not be fun. Not fun at all. Whoa! It's a Bentai! Yeah, time for bird facts. Bird facts. Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty good that they're able to peck in there and find little boring beetles or little worms or whatever, They like insects. Insects are their favorite snack. However, they have been seen to eat nuts and berries. So, yeah, they are omnivorous, but they're mostly carnivorous. And of course, how could I talk about the pileated woodpecker without talking about the most famous woodpecker of all time? I don't know if that was a good impression or not, but yeah. Oh yeah, Woody Woodpecker. He was specifically designed to look like the pileated woodpecker. I mean, there's a lot of different species of woodpecker, but you look at that red head on old Woody there. Obviously, the pileated woodpecker, most commonly identifiable by that red crest on the top of their heads, and you can see that right there in Woody's design. He's a fun character, bit of a trickster, But hey, I like having some good bird representation. God, I haven't watched a Woody Woodpecker cartoon in a long time. But yeah, he's good. And so yeah, now you know the bird species that inspired that famous character. What the hell was that? Did you all hear that? What was that? What was that sound? Scared? Nah, I'm not scared. I know exactly what it was. Anyway, my thoughts on the woodpecker. You know what? I love these guys. I love them. You know why? Because they're not too unfriendly with crows. They're good guys. They are good guys. And yeah, cool dudes to hang out with. They ain't gonna mess with crows. And I think it's pretty neat. I mean, come on. What a useful friend to have. It's like, hey, Bob, I need to get inside this tree. Could you help me out? And he's like, heck yeah, I can. Useful bird. Because, oh yeah, other birds, every year they make a new nest. And other birds will use those enclosures that woodpeckers have made. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, they're useful for other birds. And, you know, I don't own a home that has wood siding, so I don't have to worry about a woodpecker ruining my house, although some people consider them pests for that, but come on. I never had a problem. Just get aluminum siding. Come on. Come on. Woodpeckers, pretty cool in my book. I like them a lot. They are good birds. Top tier. Not a passive but they're like passive adjacent, I guess? A piggy farms? Yeah. Let me see. Look at those claws. Looks kind of like a crowfoot. Yeah, good bird foot. Like the woodpecker, top tier bird. Give him high grades. I hope you like them too. That's enough for the woodpecker today.